Is your fitness routine killing your self-confidence? My name is Justin Dodge, and you're locked in on the journey. Today we're going to talk about self-confidence. Something that so many people feel like they want to work on. They feel like that they have that. It's like this magic elixir that's going to fix all their problems. For some reason, there's only a chosen few that get to have it. Well, today let's demystify self-confidence and let's figure out what it takes to actually build it. I know we've all heard fake it till you make it, right? Well, yeah, there's some truth to it, but it's not really about faking it. It's about getting the reps in, just like anything else. It's getting the practice of doing the little things. And that's where your fitness routine could actually be messing you up if you're like most Americans, because most people, they fail at it, clearly. A lot of them don't even start, but we got to keep promises to ourselves. And that's where atomic habits or mini habits, whatever you want to call them, can really come into play here. So when we start making these promises to ourselves, start having these mini habits, whether it's just like driving to the gym, whether it's going for that walk, and you say you're going for a walk, I don't care if you're walking 5 miles. I don't care if you're walking a mile. I don't care if all you're doing is walking to the end of your driveway. You're keeping a promise to yourself, and that's going to help build your self-confidence right there. Another thing is our physiology, how we're standing. If I'm down like this, if I'm slumped, if I'm not feeling very confident right now. I feel down on myself right now. But if we're standing up straight, our posture's good, our breath is good, we're talking confidently, all those things of our physiology help us build our confidence. When we show up like that, we're going to show up in a better state. Along with that, of course, and this kind of comes where the fake it till you make it actually comes in a little bit, is our thoughts. You know, and it's not really about faking it till you make it, though. It's having the thought that you can do it, having the thought of eliminating the negative thoughts. You know, like if I get up every day and say I'm a lazy bum, you know, that's not serving me. That's not building my confidence. And the thing is that with our thoughts, we actually, the thousands of thoughts, I don't know, something like 40,000 thoughts, 40 million thoughts, I don't know. Somebody give me a note in the bottom and to tell me, somebody comment, tell me how many it is. We have tons of thoughts, so thousands of thoughts, millions of thoughts. I don't know, maybe billions. I know it's not billions, but anyway, we have that every single day, and 90% of them are repeated. That's right, we repeat the same thoughts every single day. And when you do that, and they're not good, what is that doing to you? So if I'm saying I'm not a good parent, I'm saying I'm not a good employee, I'm not a good business owner, anything like that, or calling yourself stupid, calling yourself out on something, like, okay, I'm not saying to lie to yourself, but we need to build ourselves up. And one of the ways we can do that is by priming. So set your day up right. Start with the thoughts you want to think. Get those programmed in your mind. I'm going to go ahead and put in a great exercise from Tony Robbins about of priming. So that way you can set yourself with the gratitude, with things that you're grateful for, things that you're celebrating in your life. And celebrating, man, that's a big one too. Like, I know me personally, I often look at things like, well, that's just what I'm supposed to do. So I don't really celebrate it. At my college graduation, I didn't even walk. I didn't go. I didn't have a party. I didn't do anything. I just graduated because that's what I was supposed to do. You get that promotion, you get those sales, you get that whatever it is, you gotta recognize yourself for it. That really helps. Oh, look, we got flowers. Sorry, first flowers since we burned. Just noticed it as I'm walking by. But so recognize those things, like celebrate the flowers, right? Like we celebrate them. Like that's a step in this past year, you know, coming back to life after, you know, after we burned off all the old grass from last year. And, you know, but recognize those things in ourselves. And we recognize them, that's how we're also building that confidence up, like, I've been through this and I've done this already. The other thing is just like, not just connecting it with the thoughts, but your identity. We've talked about that in previous videos where, you know, having that identity of who you want to be and how you want to show up. And the problem is that often we're connecting with a negative identity. Once again, another thing that's a killer to your self-confidence. You know, stepping into what you've done, stepping into that confidence of what you've already achieved, stepping into the person that you want to show up as every single day. That's going to give you self-confidence. That's going to help build it. And keeping those promises to yourself. Keep building, stacking those days, day after day after day. Last thing I want to touch on is connecting with that higher power. Now, for me as a Christian, I want to touch on this because like so many Christians, they do this. And I heard Ed Milet talking. I've heard Brendon Burchard talking about it. And like, you say you're a Christian, but then you doubt yourself. And I love this, what Ed Milet said, is like, you have the DNA of the Almighty God running through your veins. Like, you have that in you, and then you doubt yourself. So on this Easter weekend, I want to give that to you as a message. No matter what your faith is, like, I'm pretty sure most faiths have something along those lines. I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong again, and share how it is. If you're of another faith and want to put that in there, I'd love to hear that. But step into that knowing that you have that power in you. He put it in you. So step into your confidence and do the things that you want to do. Build that confidence. Get out there and do your workouts, because you know what? Your workouts aren't actually killing you, aren't actually hurting your self-confidence. They're going to build you up as long as you stick to it. So do the little things. Build it one day at a time. I'm going to get after this run. I got a 2-hour run. Last time it wasn't quite my longest, but I'm confident I'm going to get through it this time and have my longest run that I've ever had in my life. I'm going to check in after the video. I'm sure I'm feeling kind of fired up right now, so I'm sure I'm going to have more thoughts on this, although for 2 hours of running, it might be kind of brain dead by that point, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to get after it. You get after it, stack these days, build that confidence, build that life. I'll talk to you soon. All right, I'm back from my run. Not a great run. I was setting out to try to do 2 hours, excuse me, and hoping to get over 10 miles. But my knee started feeling it, and I cut it short. I want to live to fight another day. Went at 6.3 miles, a little over an hour and 10 minutes. So I was going at a pretty decent pace, feeling good, but didn't quite get it today. That brings up a perfect opportunity to talk about this within our self-confidence, because quite often what people do is that when they fail, they get down about it, right? And it's easy to do that. What we want to do is make sure we step into that growth mindset like we talked about before, and be able to reflect on what we did wrong, and you know, how we can adjust, how we can do better. You know, this situation, think like, okay, my knees is bothering. Well, what did I do different this week? Might have noticed that I didn't have a video last week for my long run, because I didn't do a long run because I was out of town. I did do other workout, and it was a good workout, tough workout, but it was a full body workout. And well, I know that my past experience, when I do full body workouts mixing with running, they don't mix very well. And just because I'm hitting it every day, seems to be a little bit too much for my knee, and for my knees in general most of the time, but in this case it was just the right knee. So we can reflect on that. We can improve, that I can kind of adjust, make sure I get back to doing what works for my body, so that way I can build upon it and keep going further with the runs. And you know, that's something that we all need to reflect on, make sure we're sticking in that growth mindset like we talked about a few weeks ago, and use that to build our confidence. So I'm gonna keep building here, keep working on my confidence, and think about how you can take that into your own life. Think about what you do with that confidence. Like, if you have that confidence, how's it going to affect your life? Start building step by step, build into that confidence, step into it. Let's keep doing it in the work. I'll talk to you next week.